Hi friends, David here from Learn Stage Lighting, and today I've got a table full of Netron here. We've been pounding these out, and we're going to talk about right now how to set up the RDM10, the Netron RDM10 from Obsidian Control Systems. Okay, these are really awesome nodes. They've got a lot of great features. We reviewed them already, so check out the review here. But what we want to focus on today is the setup, and primarily from the built-in LCD. Now, there is also the Netron Central utility, really great utility for setting up all your Netron nodes. We'll cover that, and we do cover that in our EP4 setup video, and the process is going to be the same for something like this. So check that out if you're interested in the Netron Central utility and how those work. First things first, I'm just going to plug in this node via PoE. Now, in my initial review of this node, I mentioned that this PoE was a PoE out. Why? Because I couldn't fathom how something this big, fully rack mount, with a true 1 input and throughput, could possibly be powered by PoE. Well, turns out David's wrong, and it is powered by PoE, okay, which is super cool. I'm happy to be wrong for that reason any day. Okay, in terms of setup, these guys are pretty simple. So what you need to know kind of going into it is that the RDM10 nodes are really an interesting box because they are a 2-port, effectively, DMX node. They can be a DMX splitter, a kind of an AB to universe splitter. They can do merging as well, and they have input ports, dedicated input ports here on the front as well that can merge, can be inputs. There's a lot that it can do. It's kind of a Swiss Army knife, but it sits in a weird area because there's no other product on the market like it, and there's never been one before. So there are a few assumptions people sometimes make, like every port could be its own universe. No, that's the EN12, but it does a lot. It does it well. The software on the screen in the LCD is a little different, has a couple slightly different capabilities from some of the other nodes in the range. So it's just important to be aware of that. So essentially, out of the box, you can go here, go to the presets. There are Netron presets and user presets, just like any other Netron node. Again, if you haven't used a Netron node before, we're going to talk you through it right now. Netron presets allow you, as we've done here, to select from a variety of ArtNet or SACN presets or just a DMX splitter. Okay, and that's where the RDM10s, I think, have excellent ROI in the live production field. Like if you're a production company and you go, hey, like a lot of the times, we're going to use this with our console as a DMX node, right? We're going to have our 2 universes come out of it. We're going to have up to 5 ports for each universe. Actually, technically up to 10 ports for each universe because there's 10 ports on the front, 1 through 10. You can split them in any way you want. So it can be 10 ports on universe A, it can be 1 port on universe A and 9 on universe B, it can be 5 and 5, whatever combination you can do. You can do every other port. That's confusing. I would never recommend that, but you could do it. Okay, and so basically, this allows you, if you go ahead and you pull that preset, okay, like the splitter AB preset here, you essentially can go click that, it loads. Now it's color coded. Hey, DMX A input, DMX B input, and then on the output side, they're all color coded too. They blink when there's no DMX, they stop blinking when there is DMX. Okay, and so back to that point on ROI, it's great because maybe most of the time you're using this with a console you hook it up via Ethernet, you're done. But maybe somebody needs to rent a DMX splitter. Maybe you're taking this out with a console that's not yours. You're going into a venue that has a console, you need to just have a splitter quick. This works great. It's a fully compatible, fully RDM capable splitter that you can just, boom, turn the knob, set it to splitter mode. Now you've got a DMX splitter for those situations where you're using a different console, somebody else is using their console, they want to send out hardline DMX, you're integrating some of your stuff into a venue's lighting on the same universe. There's a million ways you could use that, but I think it's really cool and really important because you know the world in the industry is basically moving past DMX splitters. Like they're probably not going to be a huge used a lot in the future, and we see them being used and being purchased less and less and less every year. Okay, because nodes are more powerful, more capable, and the price difference isn't that much. So something like the RDM10 here gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you the ability to go, hey, maybe I need a node, but I don't need 10 different universes out of 10 ports. I need 2 universes and split it across the ports. So they're really helpful. Okay, let's go back here. So now we click into it. And so we've got those presets. As I mentioned, loading the Netron presets is as simple as coming in here, clicking to load. The user presets, on the other hand, allow you to save. So you go to the preset you want, you can save the current settings to a preset, you can name it, you can load it. Nice and simple. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to like SACN DHCP. So there, that's just a single universe of SACN coming in, outputting to every port on the unit. Okay, we're just gonna load that one. Then we have a few different settings than other Netron nodes if you use them. So our DMX inputs here, we have input A and B and merger. So that means we're able to set the hardline DMX inputs here to different things. So input A can be the hardline DMX port, but it can also be coming from the network or just send value, which literally just sends a DMX value on all the channels. Useful for troubleshooting. Okay, so you've got input A and B. They can be DMX, like this one is, with or without RDM, or like DMX-A, they can be a network-based, like SACN. Then we go to the merger tab. We can turn it on, and now we have the same as other nodes. So highest takes precedence, latest takes precedence, backup, and toggle. Backup is my favorite by far because it says, hey, you know, you can fade in and out the backup, but basically what that means is that one of your ports, port A in this case, is your primary. Okay, so that's coming from SACN. You can have a house light system plugged into B, a different console, whatever. You know, that's your backup. And what backup means is it's never going to go to source B unless source A isn't there. Okay, which is great. Perfect example for so many things. If you've got like a console and then sometimes somebody plugs in, if you've got a console and there's a house light button system that you only want to be active when the console's not outputting DMX, boom, nice and easy. In terms of the screen, guys, just the last couple things here. Obviously, there's more in this node you can get to, but we've hit the basics. On the screen, it tells you the IP address of A and B, tells you what the main and the backup is, so you're good to go. There are also remote inputs on the back via green terminal blocks. These are just a simple switch, normally open or normally closed. You can set those up to go ahead and generally run queues to be able to fire saved settings of lights that you've saved into this node via the queues. But you can also have it call presets when those contacts are clicked, so that's kind of cool. You can also, again, set these triggers to happen via actual DMX, ArtNet, or SACN. Okay, you can save queues. It basically saves whatever's streaming through the node. View your incoming data, test it, change your IP address, see other system info. So there's a lot under the hood of these devices, such as the RDM10. And I hope this video has helped you get the basics and also, you know, a step above the basics into some of the more advanced configuration. At the end of the day, these are the easiest nodes we've found on the market to configure, and they're also priced really well, really in line or better than most of their competitors. So if you need any of these nodes that we've talked about, the RDM10 or anything else, check them out at Learn Stage Lighting Gear. We'll link below and on the screen. We love to help people, and we want to become your dealer for all of your lighting. So head over to Learn Stage Lighting Gear, check out the stuff. Feel free to fill out a contact request on our contact page, or just add the products you need to your cart, add them to your quote, and ask us for a quote. We love to help, and we would love to help you answer any questions you have and help you get the gear you need. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.